TribLive High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. TribLive High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, Neshannock Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotty, golden once again.
One gold not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for three. Good. Take time. Take time.
Wants to throw again, directing traffic, going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And live from Neshannock, it's high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. Tonight, the Neshannock Lancers take on the Washington Little Prexies. Tonight's broadcast in the Lawrence County SportsNet and the TribLive High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic. They're keeping you in the game. Castle Asphalt, Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. The Red Zone, you can score big at the Red Zone. The R. Cunningham Funeral Home, let our family help your family. Medore Bonner Law, community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. Ponce's Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. The Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. Tonight's broadcast also being brought to you by the Penn Ohio Bottled Water, home and business bottled water delivery. Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's family-owned. Dorn Concrete, residential and commercial concrete contractors. Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty. People you know, people you trust. The DNR Lawn Care. Have your lawn done right. The Hatch Early Learning Center. The Lawrence County Child and Youth Services. The Tri-County Principals Association. Something for You Wall Photography. And by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Good evening, everybody, on a beautiful sunny night. Beautiful night here, 80 degrees. Unfortunately, lying.
I was going to say, where you at, Lee?
My name's Lee Moan, along with my brother Jay Moan here tonight. All games being played on turf here tonight. There's a good reason, because it's a little soggy.
I'll tell you what, we've had beautiful weather every Friday night except tonight.
This is your LGKG pregame show. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices in Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George or visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Yeah, there's a rain. We heard the word canoe come up. The only thing we cannot use the word tonight is quagmire. In the old days, we'd be able to use that Q word. We can't use it tonight because we have turf. Turf was ponding a little bit here tonight, but it looks pretty good.
Cleaned up a little bit. I mean, it's not rain as hard as it was when we first got here.
Yeah, but the fog's starting to roll in, so it's going to be an interesting night to say the least. Watching the players warm up tonight, struggling with the ball a little bit, snaps, so it's going to be an interesting night for sure here in the quarterfinal of the WPIAL playoffs. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to be back to talk about this and break this down. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And welcome back to Neshannock, your LGKG pregame show. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Washington upset the defending champions last week, the Sarah Catholic Eagles. That's why they are here right now. They came in at the 12th seed. Neshannock defeating Borough last week pretty easily. That's why they are here. The winner will get the number 1 seed Steel Valley or number 8 seed McGuffey, site and time to be determined next Friday night. Hopefully it will be about 45 degrees and a beautiful moonlit night. But it's not going to happen tonight for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the Washington Little Prexies, Jay. Coach Mike Bosnick's in his 14th year at Washington, 140-32 in 14 years. So even you can do the math, Jay. 14, 140, how many wins a year?
Quite a few.
10?
10
There you go. Good answer. And his career record of 175-57. He coached also 6 years at Carmichael's. We had 6 years. We saw Carmichael's last week.
Yes,
he
did.
played at Elbert Gallatin. He played 5 years at the University of Pittsburgh as a tight end and as offensive lineman. Now, you might remember his brother Nick played basketball at Duquesne. Nick Bosnick, possibly.
I remember the name.
Or his brother Dan played football at Temple. And his dad, Mike, Senior, he was the head coach at Laurel Highlands and Elbert Gallatin, and he's on this staff also. Last week, they defeated last year's 2A champion Sarah Catholic 49-21. Eddie Lewis rushed for 197 yards, and Elijah Ward had a 99-yard fumble return for a TD. Plus, they forced 5 turnovers last week against Sarah Catholic. Tonight, also, they had their starting quarterback was out for the Devon Fuse was out last week, and they went with the backup of Logan Carlisle. But Logan Carlisle, he got hurt also. Then they had to throw in Nick Blanchett last week, and Nick Blanchett came on. He's only 3 of 6, but you could see here, Jay, he came on and threw a nice touchdown pass in this game. So a beautiful throw into the back end of the back end there to throw the touchdown. So he had to come on an emergency, but he's did a nice job coming on in relief and with no warm-up.
Well, he's an all-around player. I mean, he's a starting tight end, plus on defense, he's a stud on defense too.
And Devon Fuse, we mentioned, he's 38-65 for 596 yards and 12 TDs, plus he has 439 yards rushing. That's 9 yards for an average, but they could put up some points, these Washington Little Preskies, but they get it done on defense. Also, Carlos Harper, first-team All-State linebacker. He's getting some D2 looks, and he also plays basketball. You can see Walker here making that great big hit and forcing that turnover, which turned into the 99-yard touchdown fumble return for the Little Prexies last week. But Carlos Harper is that first-team All-State. You can take another look here at had him circled here, and there's the interception that he had last week. Did Harper. He returned that for a touchdown. So this defense for Washington, Jay, with the 5 turnovers last week against Sarah Catholic. We saw Sarah Catholic last year. They were just dynamite, won the championship last year, made it the whole way out to Hershey before falling. But this Washington defense, they are pretty good. They're going to have their hands full here tonight against this Neshannock running defense or running offense.
You're going to have to stop. Mr. Harper. Miss Johnny Huff.
Yeah, Johnny Huff in that Neshannock offense. But Neshannock coming in, Washington, they've won championships in 1917, believe it. 1917, 1920, and 1923. In 1926, that's how long this football program's been around. Back in 1993, 2001, and they won the championship back in 2017. They were upset last year in the first round by New Brighton after an undefeated regular season last week. So I think they have something to prove here tonight, Jay.
I'll tell you what, you never know what's going to happen. In a night like this tonight, I don't know if the field's going to be hurt them or not.
We will find out once we start. In the last 26 years, Washington is 33-18 in playoff games. They've been in the playoffs 20 out of the last 26 years. For Neshannock, they're 12-9 in playoff games, making the playoffs 10 out of the last 26 years. So that's a little bit about the Washington Little Prexies. We'll take another break, pay some bills, and we'll be back, and let's talk a little bit about the Neshannock Lancers, or a lot about the Neshannock Lancers. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
And welcome back to Neshannock High School. My name is Lee Moon, along with Jay Moon, bringing tonight's quarterfinal action here from Neshannock High School. On the other side of the bracket, Jay, Beaver Falls is taking on Ligonier Valley. Ligonier Valley used to be in the WPIAL, then they went back to District 6 years ago, and then they're now back in the WPIAL. They are the 7th seed. Good luck taking on the Beaver Falls Tigers tonight. They're playing that at Geneva College because that's turf. And plus, they have more seating there also. And then on the bottom of the bracket, Stowe Rocks is being played or taking on Keystone Oaks tonight. And those two will take on the winner of Beaver Falls and Ligonier Valley next Friday, the semifinals, with the championships being played the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 25th at 2 o'clock at the great name of the Acrashore Stadium. And I will be watching because I'll be with the Outlaws eating meatloaf instead of turkey. So, lucky me. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about the Neshannock Lancers, Jay. This is our LGKG pregame show again. Great year, 10-1, Neshannock Lancers. Talk a little bit about our quarterback, Mr. Johnny Huff.
The team goes with Johnny Huff. He led them in rushing, plus he had 10 TDs passing. He has over 1,700 yards exactly rushing and 24 TDs. Passing, he has 1,067 yards and 10 TDs passing. Once he gets to the outside, it's all over. You can't stop him.
And I love the scrambling ability, and you can see he throws a very good deep ball, as you can see right here, with a nice catch there. But one thing about Johnny Huff, or as Mr. Dawson likes to call him, Mr. Johnny Football, so, as he was scrambling everywhere last week, and he just ate up the Borough Buccaneers. And we've seen him do that pretty much all year, like the games we've had. Johnny, we give out a LCAP player of the game, but you could almost give it to Johnny Huff every game.
Well, the last game we did, he had 6 TDs rushing.
So we sort of had to that game, and we try to stay away from it if we can. But when it's obvious, it's obvious. But somehow Washington's going to have to stop and slow down Mr. Johnny Huff. Then you talk about the running backs and Matthew Ionelli. and Mr. Jackson Billick.
Matthew Alnelli, he's the bruiser. I mean, he has 557 yards, but he has 14 TDs, and you've got to stop him. And if you stop him, then you got Jackson Billick. He's the speed out of the backfield. And Matt Alnelli, a lot of times he leads with a rush, or he leads with a block.
He does, but in this case, if you can see, he broke off the 78-yard run last week against the Borough Buccaneers because he does have some speed, but like most of the time, like you said, he's the man. He's going to get those tough yards. He's going to get the 10, 15-yard run. You're not going to see him break too much. Billick, you'll see get to the outside, or they're a nice complement of running backs as Billick and Ionelli. Whoops.
National anthem.
Let's pause now for our national anthem. That's our national anthem. We apologize for that as the band is dry underneath their band shelter. And we just sort of heard, well, I didn't hear anything because I can't hear. So my brother heard say a national anthem. We got to stop talking. So kudos to the Washington band, by the way. The Washington band has made its way here. And they're going to sit out in the rain with their instruments, which is interesting to say the least, because I read the Slippy Rock Hickory game tonight. Both bands are not going to the game tonight because they decided that instruments cost a lot of money and so do uniforms. They decided not to play. But anyways, we were talking a little bit about the running backs. Now let's talk defensively, Jay, and Ryan Huff. We've seen Andrew Fry unable to play in the playoffs, but let's talk a little bit about Ryan Huff here. We've seen him sack quarterbacks numerous times.
Yeah, he really makes a hit when he comes in the backfield.
You can see him. He is in the backfield constantly. Sure tackler is Ryan. A lot of sacks. Don't have the official numbers on Ryan Huff, but he caused havoc and plus on the offensive line, you can see him holding his block very well, freeing up Mr. Johnny Huff in this touchdown pass. But, he does a little bit offensively. He does a little bit defensively for these Neshannock Lancers, Jay.
Well, he's the starting center, and that's one of the most important positions on the offensive line.
So we're getting ready to play as the fog's rolling in a little bit here tonight. Crowd's starting to foul them, but you can't blame them, Jay, for sitting in their cars listening to the pregame on the radio right now before fouling in. Is like ready to get drenched. But unlike some stadiums in Neshannock, you're allowed to have an umbrella. So some stadiums you're not allowed to have the umbrella or the tarp or anything like that. You have to, sort of like Acrisure Stadium, with the Steeler games, you have to sit, no umbrellas are allowed. But thank God this is high school football, and they are very kind to fans here in Neshannock High School because this rain is not going to let up whatsoever. So let's take another break, and we're going to be back for our starting lineups brought to you by Castle Realty. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the TribLive High School Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition. Ignite by Hatch is a digital learning environment designed to help pre-K and kindergarten teachers extend their reach to nurture whole child growth while building essential skills for school success. In just 30 minutes of independent playtime per week in school or at home, Ignite by Hatch boosts learning across 7 domains aligned to both state and national standards. Ignite's whole child approach is particularly critical this year as programs address both social-emotional development and learning gaps created due to the global pandemic. Honoring the power of homeschool partnerships, Ignite's parent dashboard and family experiences ensure children have access to learning no matter the environment. With an intuitive design and straightforward implementation, Ignite powerfully extends teachers' reach and impact, boosting children's learning all year long.
And welcome back to the Neshannock High School pregame show here in the LGKG pregame show. But before we go any further, we have a very, very, very important lineup or announcement that we have to make. Mr. J. Moan, take it away.
This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the TribLive High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIL and the Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited.
And what's that mean? Don't do it. Don't even try. Getting ready. We're about 5 minutes away from the kickoff here from the Neshannock High School. Teams have not made it out to the field yet. Actually, Washington's getting ready to come in. And by the way, we're only running one camera tonight here because of all the rain. Do not want the camera equipment getting drenched out. So we have one camera. We have a fine cameraman here ready to take on. But we're going to go to the starting lineups tonight. They're sponsored by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and the Castle Realty. Call Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. 724-301-1482 for your residential or commercial property. Let's start first with the Neshannock Lancers.
Okay, starting for the Neshannock offense is number 14, quarterback Johnny Huff. Starting running back is number 35, Matt Ionelli. The other starting running back is number 5, Jackson Billick. The wide receiver is number 1, Luciano Delilio. And the other wide receiver is Don Cabellas, number 11. And another wide receiver is Braden Huff, number 21. Your starting line, left tackle, number 54, Aiden Schaefer. Left guard, number 53, Mike Panzani. Starting center, which we say his name a lot, Ryan Huff, number 51. The right guard is Austin King, number 50. The right tackle is Jackson Mazzacco, number 58. The kicker is Carter DeVito, and the punter is Luciano DeLillo. On the defensive line, starting number 54, Aiden Schaefer, number 58, Jackson Mazzacco, number 53, Mike Ponzani, number 50, Austin King. Middle linebacker is number 5, Jackson Billick, number 51, outside linebacker, Ryan Huff, and the other linebacker is number 27, Pat Argio.
Good.
And the cornerback is number 11, Don Cabellas. The other quarterback is Braden Huff, number 21, and Ronnie DeMays, safety, number 3, and Matt Ionelli, safety, number 35.
And your starters for the Washington offense. The left tackle is number 65, DeAndre Doherty. Left guard, Joel Rush. The center is Kevin McCracken. The right guard, number 59, Joe Wilson. The right tackle, number 72, Elijah Swan. The quarterback is Devon Fuse tonight. The fullback, Brendan Seibert or Carlos Harper. And your tailback normally would be Eddie Lewis or Treshawn Porter. The tight end would be Nick Blanchett or Anthony Atkins. Your wide receivers, Reuben Gordon or Bryce Patterson, and Xavier Willis or Elijah Thomas. On the defensive side for the Washington defense for the Little Prexies, defensive end is number 18, Anthony Atkins. The other defensive end, number 10, Nick Blanchett. The defensive tackle, number 59, Joe Wilson. The nose guard, Philip Patterson or Joel Rush. The linebackers, Carlos Harper, Xavier Willis, Javon Woods or Brendan Seibert. Your cornerbacks, Percy Dudley or Elijah Thomas and Xavier Willis. Your strong safety is Reuben Gordon. Your free safety is Bryce Patterson. And your place kicker is Nick Blanchett as the captains come out onto the field. For Neshannock, it's DeLillo, Billick, Ryan Huff, and Johnny Huff coming out onto the field on a gorgeous night here in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Well, we're playing football, so it's a good night, Lee.
Yeah.
Any night you play football is a good night.
I mean, you're going to have your people yell and protesting, hey, why aren't they playing? Of course, I mean, you got to feel for Laurel, because they fought hard all year. They really wanted that quarterfinal game on their turf, but they have grass. They have grass, and they don't want to do that. Washington won the toss, and they will receive tonight's kickoff. I want to thank Castle Realty for tonight's starting lineups. You can check out his current listings or your home at castle-realty.com. That's castle-realty.com. Jay, I think weather might play a little bit into this game tonight, so give me some keys of what you think might for both these teams here tonight.
Key for Washington is stopping Johnny Huff and the very explosive offense. And for Neshannock, they're going to have to stop Washington, who scores a lot of points. We'll see how the quarterback works out because their starting quarterback got hurt last week. Then the backup got hurt. So we'll see who starts and see how they do.
Actually looks clear right now. Rain not heavy, which is a good thing.
It is still raining, though.
Yeah, but not heavy.
Yeah, very true.
Back deep to receive for the Washington Little Prexies. Looks like we have Reuben Gordon and Eddie Lewis deep to receive. DeVivo usually the kickoff man, and he will be. By the way, what's a Little Prexie?
I have no
It's actually a president. It's a takeoff on a president. So that's why they're known as the Little Prexies.
Okay.
And Mr. Dawson texted me that today. But what a surprise, huh?
Mr. Dawson likes to keep us prepared.
Yes. He actually asked the question, then I had to Google because I had no idea either. So DeVivo ready to kick. We're underway here in the quarterfinals. And it's a line drive kick taken about the 27-yard line by the up man. And it'll be brought down about the 33-yard line. So Washington will take first and 10. That was number 5. That was Xavier Willis.
And Braden Huff with the help with the tackle also.
So first down and 10 for the Washington Little Prexies. A sparse crowd right now, unfortunately. I think the listening audience here and in Washington, PA, are going to be big. And that's why I told my brother, do not do the 50-50 tonight because it might be for $60. If they're even selling 50-50 tickets tonight, I don't know.
I don't see anybody out there selling them.
Devon Fuse, your quarterback. Fake handoff. He's going to roll right, and he's going to take off. Gets the corner. Look out. 35, 40, 45. Spin move down the 50-yard line, and that's the athletic ability of Devon Fuse, Jay. 17 yards, first down.
He took a little slip when he first took off, but once he got his foot and he had the corner, he was down the line for 17 yards.
Yeah, great play action there starting off. So Fuse brings in the play. Gotta find my Devon Fuse stuff. Yeah, he's committed to Rutgers, is Devon Fuse. And he's going to hand the ball off and hit there at the line of scrimmage. But still moving forward. Good hard run there by Carlos Harper, I believe that was.
Yes, it was, Lee.
Get about 6 yards in that play, bring up second down. Bring up 2nd and 4. So a good start here for the Little Prexies.
6 yards, a good gain and first down.
Man comes in motion. Fuse has problems with the ball. We got a flag on the play, and Fuse just falls forward for about a yard. Let's see what the flag's about. Yeah, Willis came in motion. Don't know if maybe he broke a little bit too early. I think it's going to be 5 yards against the Little Prexies, but that's just a guess right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have good news. There is no Henry sighting tonight. Always kid Henry. Yeah, 2-minute motion same time. So they'll take the 5 yards, move it back to 2nd down and 9. I don't know if Henry has a playoff game tonight or not. If he does, Henry's a good official. We just love to kid him. He's well known in Lawrence County for sure. So bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 49-yard line, just underway here from Neshannock High School.
I think you're rightly about the rain. Does not look like it's going to let up anytime soon.
You know, Mike, they're calling for it to get a little heavier, if that's possible. 2nd and 9, blitz coming. Here it comes, a handoff. Be stopped at the line of scrimmage. That was Eddie Lewis. Bring up 3rd and long. Yeah, Eddie Lewis, only a sophomore. Fairly young team here at Washington. A big win last week. Let's see, more likely a first pass of the game here probably coming. There's the pass, setting up the screen. It's intercepted by Huff. Down to the 30, knocked out at the 20-yard line. Threw it right in the hands of Ryan Huff, and the Neshannock Lancers are in the red zone to start off their first drive.
I'll tell you what, Lee, that was a perfect pass to Huff. I don't know if he didn't see him or what.
Yeah, they set up the screen, but it didn't work. You can make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. And probably even interceptions down at the red zone. Find them down there, 1st down and 10. Great start for the Neshannock Lancers. Huff, inside handoff. Going nowhere. There's a new runner there. We haven't seen Patrick Argero too often getting the ball, but he does get the inside handoff. Does not get any ground. I think they can give him about 1.5 yards there. So 2nd down and 8 for Argero. As Ionelli comes in. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Man comes in motion. Ionelli with the ball. Runs over a couple defenders down to about the 12-yard line. Let's see if they get him forward progress further. They're going down to about the 12. Bring up 3rd and 2. Probably 4-down territory the way they were snapping the ball in pregame, Jay. Interesting for kicks tonight with the wet ball.
It's going to be tough kicking the long field goal tonight.
Right now only a 30-yarder if they do not get any yards, but 3rd down and 2 from the 12-yard line for Huff. Shift out of motion. Now we got 3 receivers to the left. Ionelli the sidecar. That's a swing pass out to Ionelli, and he's going to be brought down. They're still fighting. He falls just short of the 1st down. Good hard run there by Ionelli.
I thought he was going to be stopped in the backfield, but he gained 3 or 4 extra yards.
Yeah, Brendan Seibert had him for the loss, but he was able to break loose from that and can bring up 4th and about a yard from the 11-yard line. And no hesitation right now. Neshannock goes for it.
Oh, there's no reason why you wouldn't.
Plenty of time in the play clock. Cabellis goes to the right. Now got 3 receivers to the right. Play clock still at 10. Got plenty of time. 4th down. Billick in now. Play clock down to 6. Huff, got to hurry now. And now they're going to get the timeout. You can hear the coaches to our right, Jay. We're going to get the Ponce Insurance timeout. Call agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. You can visit PonceInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. PonceInsurance.com. Love the life you live, worry-free. Looks like they had to play, Jay, and then they decided to change off, and then we can hear the coaches up here to the right saying timeout. We get better make sure of this. I don't think they're going to change their mind on bringing the field goal unit on, though.
No, I don't think so. I think I know he come off the field, rotating his arm a little bit, his shoulder there, but now he's back in the field. He went to the sidelines, bent over a couple times, took a Swig of water, now he's back on.
So Ionelli comes on. 4th and short. It's a tight formation. Everybody in tight. 4th down and 1. Everybody in. Hand off to Ionelli, and he's going to get pushed forward for the first down. The offensive line pushed him forward.
I don't think so, Lee.
Oh, yeah. They got it. 1st and goal. Sorry to disagree that quickly. But
That's okay.
I had my binoculars on, and I saw him fall forward. I don't know who on the offensive line pushed him forward, but I believe it was Jackson Mazzocco was able to get in behind him and just push him forward. So 1st and goal, the Neshannock Lancers, 7.5 to go here, first period. Man comes in motion. Huff's just going to keep it. Cuts it up forward, down to about the 2-yard line. Johnny Huff, nice cutback. We've seen him do all year, Jay.
I tell you what, he has some really good moves.
Not a lot of room there, but he finds the hole, and when he hits it quick. 2nd down and goal now for the Neshannock Lancers.
He's definitely a north and south runner, not a dancer.
Everybody looks for that play. Ionelli in there. Braden Montgomery in too.
He must be playing like a tight end.
Oh, Ionelli gets hit behind the line of scrimmage but falls forward for the touchdown. Matthew Ionelli puts the Lancers up 6-0. And that's a great time for a shout out for Mr. Grant Jenner in Florida. His granddad is watching. He asks his daughter, Jay, every week, is the game going to be on the air? Can I watch it? Well, you just saw your grandson score a touchdown, Mr. Jenner. Yard Cunningham Funeral extra point. Little high snap, it gets it up and barely gets over the crossbar for the extra point. Score 7-0 Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Been paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the TribLive Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the TribLive High School Sports Network and at Trib.
Yeah, welcome back to Neshannock High School. Gordon and Lewis back deep to receive. Ball's going to be batted down there by Gordon about the 15-yard line. He's dancing, going to try to get to the outside, but DeLillo right there to bring him down. Your Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary, Jay.
It was 6 plays.
20 yards.
20 yards.
Yeah.
And a touchdown.
By Matthew Ionelli, a 2-yard run. Lancers go up 7-0. Your Cunningham Funeral extra point, by the way. I'll get that in a second here.
Okay.
They specialize in funeral and cremation services as well as pre-planning. And we have a penalty on the play. 15-yard personal foul on Neshannock. So that bring the ball out to the 46-yard line. I want to thank Castle Asphalt. Provides commercial or residential asphalt paving, commercial site work, or commercial line striping. Visit castleasphalt.com for more information and request a free estimate. First down and 10. Inside handoff, Lewis, no go in there. Brought down, bottom of that pile. That's, looks like number 54 from the Neshannock, and that is the great Aiden Schaefer.
You're going to hear his name a lot, too. Between Huff and Schaefer, they make a lot of tackles in the backfield.
So inside handoff going nowhere. Second down and 10 for the Little Prexies, trailing 7-0 with 6 minutes to go here, first period. I think it's Comes the blitz again. Fuse just going to take the ball and try to get to the outside. Cuts it up forward, up to the 45. Cabela's brings him down.
Nice hard run.
Yeah, Fuse got good size. He's 6'4", 190. You can see why he's going to be going to the Rutgers program. Probably needs to gain some weight if he's going to go on defense. He's listed as a linebacker.
I'm sure he'll start gaining weight once he gets to college. We'll put him in the weight room and start beefing him up.
Yeah, I got to see him play basketball last year as the Little Prexies. We went to the middle of nowhere. Mr. Randy Gore and I covered a game for WPIAL. I can't remember. Chestnut Ridge, I think it was. No cell phone service, no nothing. We barely got the game on the air. 3rd down and 2 for the Lancers. Fuse in the shotgun. Just takes the handoff, going to get the first down, but we have a motion penalty on the Little Prexies again. It cost them the first drive, Jay.
Tell you what, they had a nice little drive going the first time, then they had that penalty, and they threw the interception. Now it's the same thing.
Yeah, Coach Bosnick cannot be happy right now.
He'd much rather go 3rd and 2 than 3rd and 7.
So clock will wind. I want to thank the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company, too. You can call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for your home or business bottled water delivery, ranging from 16.9 ounces bottled water to 5 gallon. Let them do the lifting and bring refreshing water to your door. 3rd down and 7 from the 49-yard line. Fuse back to pass, swing pass, going to be in and out of the hands of Eddie Lewis. Pass a little high for him, incomplete. 3 and out. The Little Prexies again.
I think they're going to go for it. Looks like, oh, here comes the punt team.
A little too early in the game, I would think, going for 4th and 7. Unless you're that coach from where it was down south that did not believe in punting.
He would run it the 4th down no matter where you're at.
Yeah, and he's in college now. So back to receive for the Lancers at Cabela's. And it looks like Braden Huff. High, short kick, and it's taking the Neshannock roll, bounce out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Officials got to figure it out. There's coaches down there saying, here's where it went out. I'm going to tell you where it went out of bounds. And they're going to move it the whole way up to the 35-yard line.
That was a good spot.
Well, of course, it's where it goes out in the air, not where it hits. So
yes, that's true.
So they move it up to the 35-yard line. The Neshannock will take over 1st and 10. They're leading 7-0 here. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room. You can see Laurel leads the Union Scotties 7-0 right now. I want to thank the Red Zone for doing that. 1st down and 10. The Neshannock Cuff rolls out to his left. Has a man open. Pump and go. There's a man open down there, and it's going to be complete. Is he in bounds? He is in bounds. That's complete to Luciano DeLillo. 1st down.
That was a nice roll by Huff and a beautiful pass. DeLillo was wide open.
Threw in the double coverage, but DeLillo beat that double coverage. I want to thank the Red Zone again. They voted the best of the best in Lawrence County. Or excuse me, wrong. Red Zone was too. Wrong read, but I'll get that here in a second. DeLillo comes in motion. Huff fakes the handoff, backs up, and then he's brought down in the backfield. Nice tackle there by Nick Blanchett. Blanchett, part of the baseball team. He's also a wrestler. And he's also on the homecoming court, is Nick Blanchett.
Was he the one that actually went to the World Series?
Yeah, Pony League World Series, yes. Also played in the Pony League World Series. Again, I want to thank the Crane Room for tonight's sponsorship here tonight. Second down, not much running room there for Huff. The rain comes down a little harder. We might stop at the Crane Room later on. We can grab a seat in the bar, Jay, maybe the dining room, maybe the loft, but we're not going outside in the patio.
I think I could use an adult beverage after tonight's game. I know you won't, Lee, but
No, I'm driving. I'm going to be able to see on the way home, hopefully. 3rd down and 8 from the 37-yard line or so. Cabellas comes in motion. Going to hand it off to Billick. Billick with some room to run. 1st down and more. Down to the 21-yard line on a flag on the play, and I think that's going to be some yards added on at the end of the play. It might have been a horse collar at the end of that play there, Jay.
I didn't see exactly what happened. I was writing my notes down here.
Yeah, Billick got the 1st down. I got the 18-yard gain, but I think we're going to add at least 10 more. So Little Prexies killing themselves right now on penalties.
Is that 10 or 15?
Actually, they only moved 5, so a 5-yard face mask penalty brings up 1st down and 10, and guess what? Neshannock back into the red zone. They're currently hiring too, Jay.
I don't need a job, Lee.
Okay. They just made those great shirts with the Laurel Union game. First time Laurel and Union ever meeting in the playoffs in their historic careers. Inside, Huff down to the 4-yard line. Ball comes loose. Who has it? Neshannock falls on it. Be 1st down and goal. Did not see who came up with that ball, but my guess is Michael Ponciani came as that ball came loose. So 1st down and goal as Huff hit that crease quick. 11-yard gain for Huff.
He was dragging about 2 people, and then somebody was punching at the ball the whole time.
So 1st and goal. Pitch out. Iannelli trying to get outside. Gets the pylon. Touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the night. Matthew Iannelli, this time 5 yards. It's 13-0. Time for our Cunningham Funeral Extra Point. To learn more about the services and pre-plan, and visit our website, www.cunninghamfh.com, or follow them on Facebook. That's the Art Cunningham Funeral Extra Point. Comes the snap. Kick is up by the Viva. This one's a lot better. Up and good with the score of the Neshannock 14. Washington nothing. You're listening and watching high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
And welcome back to the Neshannock, our Joseph's Marketplace scoring recap. Specials daily at the new cafe and bakery.
5 yards, or 5 plays, 65 yards, capped off by a 5-yard run, touchdown run by Matthew Iannelli.
His 2nd of the game. Lancers lead 14-0. DeVivo with the kick. The line drive kick again, takes a high hop, takes it by Upman about the 16-yard line. Or bring it forward up to about the 37-yard line. That was Xavier Willis. So the Little Prexies, Jay, find themselves in a hole down 14-0.
You don't want to start that way against a good team of Neshannock's.
And I want to thank Matthew Iannelli's grandfather for setting up all the rain from Florida, by the way. Thank you, Mr. Jenner. Now we have the fog coming in. Can't tell if it's raining or not.
Yeah, it's still raining, Lee.
Okay. So the Little Prexies have themselves in a hole down 14-0. Fuse back to pass, looking, being pressured. Escapes one man, escapes another. Huff trying to chase him down, cannot do it. Falls forward, 1st down. Devon Fuse, great run. And a man down on the sideline, but he'll get up slowly is Braden Huff. But Fuse with the 1st down.
That was a nice move by DeFuse. I thought he was going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss, and he got to the corner and made about 12 yards.
Yeah, he's elusive. So clock down to 1:30 here in the go of the first period. And Huff's coming out. He's holding that shoulder. He's hurt. Yeah, that's Braden Huff really in some pain there. Fuse, there's a pitch in the backfield and bringing him down. Jackson Mazzocco. Great play by Mazzocco.
He had nowhere to go. Mazzocco was in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped.
Yeah, Trayshawn Porter trying to get the corner, could not. Porter 5'7", 148. But bring up second down and 13. Fuse is just going to try to get up through the middle, brought down in the backfield again. Ryan Huff this time. How many times we talked about Ryan last week, Jay? Again, here we go.
I'll tell you what, like I said, the ball's barely snapped, and he's in the backfield. Look for somebody to tackle.
And the Little Prexies do not have to run a play. Let's see if they decide to. Is the play clock at 22, the clock down to 16. So it'll be the Little Prexies' choice and see if they decide to run or not. Third down and 14 from the 44. They will run a play. New quarterback. And it's going to be in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Intended receiver was Reuben Gordon, and that was Nick Blanchett in quarterback in that play, Jay.
That's a surprise.
Did not see if Hughes got hurt on that last run or not, but and that's going to do it. We have 0 on the clock. That's going to do it for the end of the first period with the score of Neshannock 14, Washington nothing. We'll be back with the second period. You're listening and watching high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network. Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order. And welcome back. I don't know if Braden Huff can see that ball. That ball takes a huge Neshannock roll, bounces back 18 yards. And Neshannock's going to get field position at the 38-yard line. How about that, Burl?
Looks like a 6-yard punt net.
Not good.
It's not the way you want to punt the ball. It was a nice high punt, but with the ball coming down, the point hit one way and the ball went the other way.
So Neshannock will get great field position. They'll start off from their 38-yard line, first down and 10. Leading 14-0 are the Neshannock Lancers. And Braden Huff, as we mentioned, he's okay. Keep an eye on Fuse and see if he comes back in for the Little Prexies. Huff now gained 4 or 5 yards up to the 43-yard line. I want to thank the Medore Bonner Law for sponsoring tonight's broadcast, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. That's Medore Bonner Law. Second down and 6. Two receivers right, one left. DeLillo comes in motion, low snap. Huff's just going to have to take it himself. He'll get the corner out to 45, the 47-yard line, but see what the flag's all about.
I'm really not certain about that. Could be a man downfield early.
And DeLillo's hurt now. As he comes to the an illegal shift on the Neshannock, so they will take the penalty for Washington. You can see the fog coming in here. One good thing, it doesn't usually rain when it's fog, Jay. So I'll take the fog over the heavy rain.
Well, I agree with you there.
to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Lancers. Ionelli, the sidecar. They're going to hit it, Ionelli, and he has a hole back up in the middle of the 1st down at the 50-yard line. Matthew Ionelli, 13 yards for the 1st down.
That was a nice block by Brandon Huff, and he had to hit the hole fast.
Yeah, Ionelli looked like he got hit in the eye, I guess, is what his problem was. This is where now he's trying to get that cleared out, so he's on the sidelines. 1st down and 10 from the 50-yard line. Huff, inside ball loose, and Huff able to fall on it. Tried the handoff to Patrick Argero, but he missed the handoff. Ball on the ground. Huff able to fall on it. 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 10.
I'm sure that ball's very wet, so I think it's going to happen a lot tonight.
If we get a chance, we spot or get our cameraman later on, Mr. Peyton Weaver, down on the sideline, standing on crutches later on. We'll try to get a picture of him. See the empty wheelchair to the right. But he's up on crutches, and that's good to see Weaver. Ionelli, actually faked Ionelli. Huff the throw, that's underthrown and incomplete off the hands of Davon Fuse, who now we found out is okay. Bring up 3rd down and 12. I don't even get a picture of Mr. Peyton Weaver down there on the sideline on the crutches down there. There we go. And you can see Mr. Peyton Weaver got hurt with 2nd or 3rd game of the year. But he's out here every game. Maybe get a picture of the empty wheelchair real quick. There's the empty wheelchair, Peyton. Okay, we can go back, and now we can go back on. Thank you. 3rd down and 12 from the 48-yard line. And a bad snap. Huff does not come up with it. Washington will fall on it. Turnover. Little Prexies pick it up. Falling on that ball was Anthony Atkins. Huff made the bad mistake there, Jay. Tried to pick it up instead of falling on the ball. And a Medora Bonner Law turnover. They get a local firm with deep ties in the community. Visit Medora Bonner Law to find out how they can serve you. So Little Prexies have to take advantage of this, Jay.
I'll tell you what, that you always want to try to pick up the ball, but the smart play is just to fall on it.
Yeah, like you said, the smart play, but your mind says, hey, I could pick this up. I could make something happen. So Fuse is back in underneath center. He'll hand the ball off to Lewis. Runs into his own lineman, but still fighting. Good run for Lewis. Takes 3 Lancers to bring him down. 5-yard gain. Give him 4, 2nd and 6.
That was a good, hard run by Lewis, like you said, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, and I want to thank Mr. Vigiano here is our Newcastle News. We're on Pawnee Watts. No room at the end here tonight, so he's sitting behind us watching the game on the TV screen. So, 2nd down, inside handoff's going to go for a lot. A 1st down. Quick hitter. And he's not going to slow to get up, and that's your runner on Brandon Seibert.
That's Ionelli.
So Seibert gets up, 1st down. Brendan Seibert, part of the basketball team at Washington. He's going to limp off. It's a hard hit that and he's not going to make it off the field as Seibert. He tried to make it off the field and unfortunately came up short. It was a hard tackle there. Almost like a body slam. I mean, nothing intentional for sure, but he got thrown down hard on that run. I want to thank the Doran Concrete for tonight's sponsorship. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. It's doranconcrete.com. Coming up at the half is our Castle Asphalt halftime show, and I'm sure we have the TribLive show tonight, and we'll maybe have the bands. So Jay and I might be talking a lot with the bands. Probably more than likely not performing here tonight on the fields. But anyways, our Castle Asphalt halftime show. They provide, if you're looking for quality and cost-efficient paving and construction services, you come to the right place. Castle Asphalt and Construction will make your visions for your project a reality. That's Castle Asphalt. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Lewis runs into his own man again and still running forward. Gets down to the 15-yard line. Argiro was hanging on for dear life, but Lewis broke through that. Give him an 8-yard gain.
Lewis isn't too big of a man, but I'll tell you what, he has some power.
Yeah, Eddie Lewis, listen, 5'9", 165, only a sophomore. 839 yards rushing for Eddie Lewis this year. 12 TDs.
Argiro was holding onto his shirt, and he was just taking his shirt, and Argiro right down the field with him.
So it looks like Washington said, we're not going to pass the ball. We're going to go to this inside running game. And close to the first down is going to be Treshawn Porter, 5'7", 148. He stopped the clock, so see if they move the chains. So they stopped the clock. Clock is not started. And now they're going to give him the first down. We've seen so very few measurements this year, Jay.
I know, it's amazing, because it used to be they measured all the time.
Yeah.
Now they says, close enough.
So first down and 10 for Washington as they're inside the red zone. There's a pitch to Lewis. Lewis down to 10, down to 5, trying to get the pile on, and he's going to be just short. Pushed out just short of the pylon. Be first and goal after a 12-yard run by Eddie Lewis.
Binoculars.
You voted best of the best in Lawrence County in uniform supply and silk screening. That's the Red Zone, redzonesports.com. First and goal from the 2-yard line, they're going to give it with 7:27 to go in the clock. Fuse to Lewis. Lewis hit, trying to fight forward. Goes in to the end zone. Washington answers. 14-6. Time for our Art Cunningham Funeral Extra Point. Providing compassion and guidance during one of your most difficult times. Allow our family to help your family. That's our Cunningham Funeral Extra Point. On the kick, the extra point is Nick Blanchett. Soccer-style kicker. Good snap, and the kick is up, and I can hardly see the ball, and it just floats over good. That fog's getting thick. With a score 14, Neshannock, 7, Washington. We'll take a break. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Oh, that commercial gets me every time. You see the crack of that neck. It's like, nah.
Oh. I'm going to need my neck cracked here in the next few weeks.
Oh, thanks to Melee Chiropractic for sponsorship. They will never touch my neck. Here comes the kickoff. Going to be taken by Neshannock about the 15-yard line. And that's Cabellas. Breaks a couple tackles and got up to about the 30-yard line, Dom Cabellas. So good drive. Our Joseph Marketplace scoring summary, Jay.
Okay, it was 37 yards in 7 plays, capped off by a 2-yard run by Mr. Lewis.
And that was after a Medore Bonner Law turnover. So turnovers we thought would play effect into this game.
Washington really needed that score.
Boy, the fog just really thick.
The old expression, you can cut it with a knife?
Yes. But I like the drive. I like when Washington completely changed what they were doing, Jay. They said, hey, we're just going to bring this ball right at you, and it worked to perfection on that 37-yard drive. So Huff, first down, handoff, and going nowhere is the runner on the far side. That's Jackson Billick. Finally brought down in the pile there. Looks like Seibert on the play. Brings up second down and 8. Well, that's a 26 in there. That was Javon Woods on the tackle. Second down and 8. Huff fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, goes forward up to about the 32-yard line before a host of little Prexies in on the play. That's Blanchett and also Zaven Willis. Going to be about 3rd and 2. Johnny Huff getting it done with his legs again here tonight so far.
I'm surprised Matthew Ionelli's not in the game right now.
Yeah, especially on a 3rd and 2.
You know, last game they pulled him on a few. Oops.
And you could see, I wonder who that's against, Jay. Mr. Carlos Harper, he just admitted to everybody in the world that's watching and listening and everybody here in the stadium that I think I was offsides.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah, he's getting some D2 looks he's an all-state linebacker, Carlos Harper, also on the basketball team, and that's going to be a first down.
It's the easy way to get the first down.
Yeah, you hate to see it that way, but Neshannock first down and 10 from their own 43-yard line. They lead 14-7, 5:45 to go here, first period. Billick, the inside handoff. Not going to be brought down anywhere. Blowing up that play early. That was Kevin McCracken, the 5'9", 245-pound defensive tackle, the senior. Blew up that play early, made Billick cut inside, Jay, and forget about it after that.
Tell you what, he jumped right through the line, and he was in the backfield.
They bring up 2nd and 8. Gave him 2 yards, though. So good job by Billick to at least get 2 out of that. So Washington tightening up here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Huff, the little swing pass to Billick, and that's going to be blown up. But Billick, good job by falling forward for about 4 yards. Looked like in the backfield, that was Willis. Had a chance at him, but it overran the play. Billick was able to sneak forward for about 3 yards, bring up about a 3rd and 5.
Tell you what, Billick, he really showed some power there.
So Huff looking to the sideline for the play. Play clock down to 20, got plenty of time. 2 receivers each side, Billick to the right. Huff coming, being pressured, throw over the middle, and it's complete. Going to be short of the first down, though, I think.
Oh, yes, Slade. Definitely short.
The Cabela's came up with it, but the ball's at the 49-yard line, so only a 1-yard gain. Going to bring up 4th down and 4. Should be punting situation, but Neshannock keeps their offense out. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Let's see if they try to get him to jump off sides. Still got 15 on the play clock. My guess is they're going to call timeout and
punt it.
Looking at the coaches right now, just saying, yep, play clock down to 5. And then we're going to get our Ponce's Insurance timeout taken by Neshannock. You can get the best rates and the customer service by calling a local agent at Ponce's Insurance. Ponce's Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. And again, coming up at the half is our Castle Asphalt halftime show. We'll get a hold of Mr. Don Rebel and Mr. Chris Harlan. They will talk about what's going on in the WPIAL and everything. And might have the bands, might be able to listen to the bands. You can't even really see the Washington band in the stands right now because of the fog. But I have a feeling the bands will probably be staying inside. Well, the Neshannock band's coming out of their bandstand, so maybe we will get a performance. As I said, I think the rains might have stopped right now. So DeVivo is going to go back and punt. Actually, it's going to be DeLillo back to punt. Standing about his 35-yard line. Good snap. Takes his time and a good high kick. It's going to hit about the 22-yard line, taking the Neshannock roll. Still rolling down to the 6-yard line. A 45-yard kick, no return in high school football. That's huge, Jay.
That's a beautiful kick by DeLillo.
Washington has all 3 timeouts left. Let's see how they play this. As the last drive, they went more with the power game and really just put it in tight and let Lewis and Fuse run the ball. Let's see if how Washington's going to handle things here. Being pinned deep. Neshannock has 1 timeout left. It's nice to see that the rain has stopped here right now. I don't even want to pull up the radar. I don't want to jinx anything. So Fuse is underneath center. Fakes it and gets the ball out. Is it going to be intentional grounding or not? It went right to the Neshannock defender. Fans calling for the intentional grounding. Still, I say it's a safety personally, Jay, because he just went through Ponciani's hand. They're going to talk about it. He was in the end zone and just turned to try to throw it away. They're going to intentional grounding, and there's the safety. There's the safety call. Fuse was under pressure, did not get to see who was in the backfield. It went through Ponciani's hands on the pass attempt by Fuse, but he had no choice but to try to get rid of it because he was pressured by 2 of the Neshannock Lancers. So Neshannock now will lead 16-7. We'll keep it right here. Vidge, we'll just keep it right here. So your scoring summary, it's a safety. Thanks to Joseph Marketplace. We need to make another stop over there, Jay, again, the Joseph Marketplace.
That was very good food that day. A nice selection.
And at the end of the game, we'll have our May League Chiropractic play of the game. May League Chiropractic, they're currently hiring also. Looking for dedicated, energetic staff to work as therapy technicians, chiropractic assistants, front desk positions. Anyone age 16 or older can apply. No experience necessary. Just drop off a resume to their office or send it to mayleaguechiro@gmail.com. Wonder if we could get a replay and see who maybe made that. Nope, no luck. Did not get to see who got the safety there. So Washington will have to kick off from their own 20. They choose to kick or punt. In high school, most of the time, you get the kick.
Looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, in the NFL, it seems like they always punt the ball. So Blanchett will line it up for the 20-yard line. Neshannock's going to get great field position here. Blanchett, a good kick, and it's get by DeLillo and go the whole way back to the 15-yard line. Finally picks it up to the 20. And being brought down there's a great break by the Washington Little Prexies on the line drive kick, hits the wet turf, gets by DeLillo, able to recover first down to Neshannock with about 3:17 to go from their own 22.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a kick by that gentleman.
Yeah, Nick Blanchett. Blanchett is part of the wrestling team at Washington. Let's see how Neshannock plays things now with 3:17 to go. Up 16-7.
I think they'll run their standard offense.
Huff's going to fake the handoff, cut back inside, picks up a nice gain up to the 28-yard line. And we'll have our LCAP player of the game later on. So many great ways LCAP's improving the quality of life in Lawrence County is LCAP. And without them, this network doesn't happen. So we're going to thank LCAP, the powering the Lawrence County Sports Network. Second down and 5. Huff fakes the handoff again, finds some room, 25, 30, 40. Still dragging 3-4 carriers up defenders up to the 46-yard line. First down, Neshannock. That's a 19-yard gain for Johnny Huff.
That was a nice hard run by Johnny Huff. He broke into the secondary. He just kept on rolling, dragging people along with him for another 6-7 yards.
So now you got plenty of room to roam. Still got a timeout. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Do you dare try to throw the ball?
I would say yes.
No, they're going to hand it off to Ionilli, who just falls forward for a couple. Little Prexies did a good job clogging the hole that time. That was Blanchett stopping him there for the short gain. As Ronald DeMays checks in as a wide receiver. Got 5 wide receivers now in this formation. Huff throws a short one over to Ionilli and throws it behind him. Not a good throw there by Huff.
I'm not so sure if that slipped out of his hands or he just overthrew him.
That stops the clock with 1:50 to go here in the first half.
3rd and 8.
Must be raining still, because at least a miss, because the umbrellas are still up, at least on the Neshannock side. Huff gets the snap, fakes it to Ionilli, tries to get inside, but forget about that. No gain, brought down by the big man Kevin McCracken and also Nick Blanchett in the backfield. That's going to bring up a punting situation, but we have an injured little Prexie on the field, and that's McCracken again. So he's going to get up and hobble off. See, I think Washington called a timeout anyways. Let's see if they get charged with a timeout. No, they're not going to get charged with a timeout. They're going to call Neshannock back out on the field. So Washington did not call timeout, and referee getting ready to start the clock. You know, Neshannock's smart. They're going to let this 40-second, it should be a 25-second play clock. Actually, a 40-second play clock, so they will. If Neshannock's smart, let's just run it out. And they're going to set up with their offense right now, and then Washington's going to have to say, whoops, we have to honor this just in case they're not punting at 4th and 8. They're going to let 40 seconds run off the clock right now.
Smart move on Neshannock's part.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised. Washington with all 3 timeouts, you'd think they'd take one. But they're not. So the clock will go down to about 54 seconds. We'll get our Ponce's Insurance timeout. PonceInsurance.com. Love the life you live, worry free. You can request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance.
Washington had all 3 of their timeouts.
Yep, yes they did. Chose not to. Let's see if they go after the kicker right now. Because Ionilli, DeLillo really took us time on that last punt. So let's see if he only stands 10 yards back. So he does not have a long, should be, in NFL you see 15 yards, so they're coming after him. They got everybody here. Well, snap, and DeLillo gets it off, and a good kick. Takes in a Neshannock roll, and it's going to be down at the 22-yard line. So good job with a good snap. So Neshannock executes that to perfection, Jay.
We'll see what Washington does. I don't know if they're going to try anything or not.
You know, you had the 3 timeouts, but you would think probably not. I mean, they get the ball back to start the second half. Or actually, no, they don't. Neshannock will get the ball to start the second half. Let's see who comes in the quarterback here. Going to be Fuse. First down and 10 for Washington from the 22-yard line. Fuse just going to hand it off to Lewis. Breaks a tackle to 22, gets the first down, or actually a 9-yard gain at the 32-yard line. Really close to a first down. Going to mark him just short. So he's second in about a long one or a short one, however you want to look at it. Down to 30 seconds. Toss to Lewis. He's going to get the first down. Clock will stop at 18 seconds. And I think Washington just content to get out of here. Actually, no, they're going to call timeout. It was 17 seconds to go. So interesting that they take a timeout now, Jay.
I didn't understand that.
But that's why we broadcast and not coach.
That's right.
Because I don't want to be criticized.
Well, Fuse has thrown 12 TDs, so maybe he's going to try something.
He's got a good arm. You could see that. So, and that's why I say, you know, because I umpire softball, and I say a lot of times I'd rather be doing the criticizing than be criticized. So it's a lot easier in this end than the other end.
You got that right.
Neshannock with a 9-point lead. Timeout being done. First down and 10. Neshannock, or Washington for their own 36-yard line. Neshannock has Ionelli playing about 20 yards deep right now. Fuse will go back to pass. He's going to throw down deep at the far side. It's going to be in and out of the hands. Good throw. On the far side, I believe that's Reuben Gordon, but I can't tell with the fog.
Yeah, the numbers in their shirts are a little hard to see.
And I think there was a flag in the play down there. Yep. I think a 15-yard penalty, a pass interference call. Sure was. Actually, it looks like it was Carlos Harper is who it was.
Did you hear somebody yelling, "You can't even see it"? I honestly couldn't see what happened there.
I thought I saw a flag, but I couldn't tell if it was that or just something flying. But down to 12 seconds now, so you could expect the same thing. Inside handoff's going to go to Harper. Going to get to the 46-yard line. Washington's going to call their second Ponce's Insurance timeout.
I'm not sure how good their field goal kicker is. That.
No, he's not going to kick 63 yards.
No, I mean, if he gets one more play and have one more timeout left.
With 8 seconds, that's going to be tough here. I mean, I think you're going to have to get down to at least the 20-yard line for Blanchard to even have a shot. So I would say probably not. I think it's Hail Mary, Our Father, whatever prayer you want to say.
Maybe a combination of both.
Yeah.
Start the Hail Mary and end up with the Our Father.
That's about what you got time left with 8 seconds to go. Hey, maybe you get another pass interference call, and you can move it down to the 30-yard line and have another shot. But Neshannock leading 16-7 here in the first half. Again, our Castle Asphalt halftime show we'll be going to while we take a break and try to get some stats from Newcastle News and Ron Pawnee-Watts. You can check out his story later on, or you can check it out tomorrow. So Fuse, actually, yep, that's still Fuse. Short throw, and again, an offsides call, I think, on Neshannock. That's a guess.
I thought somebody left early.
I thought a man jumped from Neshannock. Let's see. Nope, you're right. I don't say that often, but you're right.
I watched somebody move, but, you know, like I said, with the fog, maybe I didn't. Maybe I was seeing things.
I saw the Neshannock jump, but that's why he jumped. And we have a man with the cell phone light out over there in the far side in the Washington stands. I love it. So second down and 11 from the 8-yard line. Fuse gets the snap. Short throw, and it's intercepted. That's Billick going down the sideline, gets out of bounds with 2 seconds to go. The Medore Bonner interception, Jackson Billick. And the Neshannock will have one last play from the Washington 39-yard line.
That wasn't the smartest pass, Lee.
But Billick jumped the route. Medore Bonner Law, they got flexible appointment hours. Medore Bonner Law, they got a team of experienced lawyers and staff always ready to help. So let's see what Neshannock has drawn up as Washington will set 4 defenders back at the 20-yard line. Hail Mary, Our Father, and whatever else is coming now. Or the old fireman play, the hook and lateral, right?
I don't think they'll do it the wet field. I think they're just going to run I-Nelly and see what happens.
Oh, you're wrong. Here goes Huff. Looking, and still looking, and now he's just going to throw it out of play. Good smart play, though. No one open deep downfield, wasn't going to get in motion, and just threw it out of bounds. Even if it is an intentional grounding, who cares, right?
Yep.
So that's going to do it for the first half. Whoop, not yet. There's the intentional grounding call. Now it's declined. Now it's the end of the half. That's the proper way to do it, because he did not get out of the pocket, and he did throw it away. So the score, the Neshannock 16 and Washington 7. Let's go to our halftime show, our Castle Asphalt halftime show. You're listening and watching the high school football here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Halftime show on the TribLive High School Sports Network. Semifinals Friday / quarterfinals Friday in the WPIAL football playoffs. Hope you're enjoying the game that you're checking out on Trib HSSN. Chris Harlan, kind enough to join me as he always does. Well, everybody I think is anxious and looking ahead for fans in 6A and 5A. They're looking ahead to the championships at Norwin next week. In 2 weeks, the trip to Acrisure Stadium for the other 4 classifications. But we're going to go a step further, Chris, and we're going to start talking about the state playoffs. And again, we're only a couple weeks away from the PIAA postseason beginning for WPIAL teams in 6A and 5A. So as far as that initial game or two leading up to the championships in Class 6A, the eventual WPIAL champion in 6A will be taking on the survivors of teams from District 6, District 8, Alderdice, and District 10. Alderdice taking on McDowell on that game going on as we speak. Also get another game going on as we speak, the District 6 championship, Altoona against State College.
Yeah, keep your eyes on that District 6 championship game tonight. You know, it seems like State College is always waiting there somewhere in that state bracket for the WPIAL 6A champ every year. This year, again, you look in 6A in District 6. They're the number 1 seed out there in District 6. State College, they're the favorites. They're 10-0. They've got a freshman running back in Deontay Sheffy. Looks like a future star, maybe already a star for State College right now, averaging 125 rushing yards a game. Already has 19 touchdowns. So, yeah, to me, some familiar names. I mean, last year, Mount Lebanon, to get to the championship, they beat Erie McDowell. They beat State College.
Jonas Brothers are known for their pop rock hits, and this next number is the group's biggest hit single to date. The song was nominated for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance at the Grammy Awards and won Best Pop Video at the MTV Video Music Awards. Released in 2019, here is Sucker, featuring our Lancerettes led by seniors Sydney Lockley and Danny Mimo. The band's closing tune this evening features the classic sounds of the 1980s rock band Starship. This tune will take you back in time to the era of leg warmers, big hair, and MTV. Featuring our instrumental seniors Marissa Austin, Carter Brooks, Drew Frank, Joseph Laporte, Joey Martin, Cale McConaughey, Tessa Runninger, Kirsten Waller, and Jacob Walzer. Please enjoy We Built This City. Give another round of applause for our Neshannock Lancer Marching Band. The band gives a big thank you to the Neshannock School Board, administration, faculty, staff, band parents, and community members for the support of the music program. On behalf of the band, this is Connor Proctor wishing you a great evening. Go Lancers!
Those same two teams could be waiting for one or the other in the quarterfinal. But the bracket has changed a little bit from last year. Now in the semifinals will be a District 3 team, a Harrisburg-based team. So now you won't face both McDowell and State College. It'll be either one or the other in the quarterfinals.
The other champion that will go into the playoffs that weekend following Thanksgiving is District 5. And this is the easiest one to figure out because already the WPIAL champion knows who they will be going up against, and it's a traditional state power.
Yeah, we already know this team, a team familiar to lots of WPIAL schools, Erie Cathedral Prep. They've been there a bunch of years. One difference for this team this year, they've got a new head coach. An assistant took over from Mike Mishler, who was there, longtime coach, won 200 games, I think won 5 state titles. You look at this year's team, this Cathedral Prep team might not be the caliber of some of those great state championship teams they had. They're still pretty good, though. I mean, when you look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Washington High School Prexies Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Stephen Cherry. The assistant directors are Mr. Jeffrey Schmidt, Mr. Nicholas Reed Miller, and Mrs. Justine Nielsen. Our head majorette is Ms. Atzel Valdivinos. And our drum captains are Mr. Alan Dabina and Ms. Adele Zimmerman. Our drum major is Ms. Courtney Price. Now, sit back and enjoy the sound of the pride of Wash High, the Prexies Marching Band. Drum major, you may now take the field. This evening's show will begin with John Williams' themes from the 2022 hit movie Jurassic World Dominion. Our second selection is Lizzo's hit single from her new album, Special. This is About Damn Time. Drumline, let's show them how it's done. Jack Harlan's First Class. Break My Soul by Beyonce. Brought back by the Netflix show Stranger Things, here is Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill. The Wash-High Prexies Marching Band thanks you for your support and hopes you enjoyed our show.
They've only got 2 losses this year, both of them to out-of-state teams. So when you look at them, you can't really dismiss that Cathedral Prep new coach, but kind of the same winning mentality they've had in the past. But they'll have a little bit of a layoff here because they didn't have a game, I don't think, last week. Won't have one this week because in that sub-regional they went into no District 6, I think no District 8 teams. So they've got a little bit of a layoff. How does that affect the team? You wonder, getting that break this time of year. Could be good, could get healed up, could be bad. Maybe have a little rust heading into that game.
So again, the WPIAL champions in District 6 or in Class 6A and in Class 5A go into the PIAA quarterfinals.
Yeah.
The rest of the WPIAL champions jump right into the semifinals. So they only need to win one game on December 2nd or December 3rd to reach the PIAA championship. In 4A, the cluster that the WPIAL champions will have to deal with could be a District 11 team. Their championship, Bethlehem Catholic, taking on Allentown Central Catholic tomorrow. Tonight, the District 4 championship, Jersey Shore against Sealands Grove, a familiar team. District 6 or 9 represented in a matchup between Du Bois and Juniata, and Meadville taking on University Prep, another City League school still alive coming into this weekend.
Yeah, that Meadville, the District 10 champ, to me, it's kind of an interesting team. They're 9-1. They don't throw the ball much at all, but they definitely run the ball. I mean, you look in 10 games, they've passed for less than 800 yards combined in 10 games. They've run the ball for over 3,800 yards. So a 3,000-yard difference between their pass game and their run game. But, I mean, look what they've done this year, at least in District 10. That balance hasn't hurt them much at all. They've got 2 running backs over 1,000 yards, both seniors. So if a WPIAL team runs into them, they know what they're going to get. I mean, they're going to be stacking the box and trying to force that team to run. But so far, you look at what they've done in District 10, few teams have been able to slow them down so far.
WPIAL champion 3A will face one of these teams December 2nd or 3rd. 4 teams still left in the District 10 hunt. Grove City taking on Sharon tonight. Hickory against Slippery Rock tonight. 2 other games tonight. Clearfield from District 9 taking on St. Mary's. That actually is the District 9 championship. And Martinsburg Central going up against Penn Cambria.
Yeah, to me, when you look at that District 10 playoff bracket, it was an 8-team bracket that came in 3A, and a lot of upsets last week. When you look, the number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 4 seed all lost in that bracket. So that maybe clears the way for number 1 Grove City to win another district title. They're 7-3. They were the district champs last year. But like you said, don't overlook Penn Cambria, number 1 seed in the District 6 playoffs. They got their District 6 championship tonight in Altoona as well.
At 2A, again, District 10 in the loop as far as a possible opponent for the 2A WPIAL champion. Mercyhurst Prep taking on Sharpsville tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Farrell against Seneca. The other 4 teams, Brookville against Central Clarion, and a battle of the unbeaten, Berlin Brothers Valley against Westinghouse going on tonight at Somerset High School. Of course, Westinghouse, the District 8 City League champion.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the only person in Western Pennsylvania, or at least Southwestern Pennsylvania. Now we got to kind of differentiate that because there's some people up north that have different opinions. I don't think I'm the only person in Southwestern Pennsylvania who's kind of hoping to see a WPIAL versus City League state semifinal out there. I think that'd be fun. You know, whoever the eventual WPIAL champion is to run into the Westinghouse Bulldogs down the road. But like you said, the Bulldogs don't have an easy route to get there. That's for sure. You know, you talked about tonight, they're playing District 5, Berlin Brothers Valley. Next week, they could see District 9 favorite Central Clarion, who's 9-1. If they win that game in 2 weeks, they could face the eventual District 10 champion, which could be Farrell, who's always really good. Could be Sharpsville, the top 2 seeds in that bracket. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible that we could see a Westinghouse versus the WPIAL 2A semifinal. City League team hasn't gotten to the state championships in a while, but the Westinghouse definitely has some work to do in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I totally agree with you that the Bulldogs got to win some big games to get to that semifinal dream matchup. Finally, Class A, WPIAL champion, December 2nd or 3rd, will face either a team from District 9 or District 10. Right now, the District 10 semifinals going on. Eisenhower taking on Cambridge Springs tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Reynolds against Maplewood. District 9 semifinals, Brockway against Red Bank Valley, and Keystone against Port Allegheny. Those 2 games also tomorrow.
Yeah, if you look, you know, the kind of the favorites there, the number 1 seed in District 9, Port Allegheny, number 2, Red Bank Valley. District 10, number 1 seed. You mentioned Eisenhower, undefeated. Number 2 seed, Reynolds. So kind of look at those 4. It's kind of a wide open. I mean, the WPIAL know they're going to get somebody from one of those 2 districts. Who it is, they don't know yet. One name to watch, I think, Eisenhower, who's undefeated there in District 10, has a big running back, 6'1", 200-pounder, already has 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. Benji Bauer. So it looks like they've got a pretty good ground game, but we'll see. Next 2 weeks, one of those teams will be waiting for the WPIAL when they get to the semifinals.
Great stuff. Next week, Chris and I will start looking on the other side, the eastern side of the state, and potential matchups in PIAA championship games. Enjoy the games that you are watching or listening to, and don't forget, the WPIAL scoreboard show, 9:30 to midnight afterward with all the recaps right here on the TribLive High School Sports Network.
And welcome back to Neshannock. That was your Castle Asphalt halftime show. Two quick things, Jay, before we talk about the stats. First of all, prayers to Mr. Don Rebel. We saw the oxygen still on him. November 21st, he's going to be having his open heart surgery. So prayers out to the Rebel family for that. Hopefully everything will go smooth with that. And number two, this doesn't happen without veterans. So happy Veterans Day to everybody out there. So, I mean, it's what can you say? I mean, it wasn't with the veterans. We wouldn't be having high school football. We have with all the freedoms we have. It was because of the veterans.
I'll tell you what, that's a very good way to put it, Lee.
Halftime stats, not many. 135 yards total yards for Neshannock, 92 for Washington. 103 yards rushing for Neshannock, 92 yards rushing for Washington. 6 first downs apiece. That's about it. Not a lot of offense, a lot of defense, and the turnovers were a big part.
Well, Washington only ran 21 plays in the first half, and Neshannock ran 32 plays. Washington started out okay, but then they had 2 costly penalties, which meant 2 interceptions, which that gave Neshannock good field position. They turned it in for 2 touchdowns.
That's the story of the first half right now. And Washington went to that power running game too, Jay, which and we'll see if they go back to that to start the second half as the kickoff fielded by Neshannock. Cabela's is going to pick it up about the 11-yard line. Cabela's not going to get much up to about the 17-yard line. It went off the hands of Jay Wardman. I want to thank the Crane Room for the out-of-town scoreboard. All the scores going across your screen. You see Rochester up on. And the winner of this game, Steel Valley, leading McGuffey 27-6, actually in double A. So see how that game plays out. So first down and 10 for the Neshannock Lancers. Steel Valley, the number 1 seed, coming into the playoffs. Bishop Canavan leading Clairton 7-0 at halftime. Bishop Canavan has never beaten Clairton in 10 tries. So first down and 10 for the Neshannock Lancers. Lead 16-7 here to start the second half. There's a pitch to Ionelli. And Ionelli's met in the backfield and brought down there by Carlos Harper. Carlos Harper the second.
Wow, what a hit. He barely got 1 step, and Harper was driving him down into the turf.
Well, so your Medora Bonner block. That's your Medora Bonner hard hit. How about that?
That was probably the hardest hit of the night right there.
Second down and 13. Good way to start for the Little Prexies. Huff gives it to Ionelli. Drags a few defenders to about the 23-yard line. So good gain of 4. Still going to bring up third and about 5. Big third down here for the Little Prexies.
They like to stop them right here and get the ball back.
Yeah, you get some good field position if you can. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. A low snap. Huff has to fall on the ball at the 19-yard line. Almost a Medora Bonner Law turnover, but Huff this time falls on it. And you're going to bring up 4th down and long, and the punting unit will have to come out. So just the way you draw it up if you're a Little Prexie fan, Jay.
Like I said, I went down outside. It's still raining. Not hard, but just enough to make things miserable and wet, which makes the football slippery.
So Reuben Gordon and Eddie Lewis deep to receive as they set up the punt. Yeah, it's an end-over-end kick, and it's good. What did it touch a defender? Did it touch Gordon or not? And the Neshannock has it. Let's see what they're going to roll. They're going to roll. It's a Little Prexie ball. They're going to roll it to not hit a Little Prexie at the 48-yard line.
It looked like he touched it. Number 4 touched it there, but I guess not.
So we thought Gordon maybe touched it. They thought maybe Fuse touched it, but they're going to roll neither touched it. And we're up in the press box, so it's a tough call from up here, Jay.
Plus it is foggy too, Lee.
Yeah, so it's down to the 32-yard line, first down and 10. But it's interesting that even Diffuse went for it because he heard the fans probably screaming, thinking maybe I should get it back. I don't know. But nonetheless, Little Prexies get the break. They get the ball first down and 10 from their 32. Fuse underneath center. Going to hand the ball off to Lewis, and he's going to get a short gain. Brought down by Michael Ponciani.
Seemed like the Prexies in the first half when they threw the ball, they're having problems. So I think they just keep running it and driving the ball down the field.
Yeah, not really. They can run, but they're more of a 50-50 type team, running and passing, so. But they're choosing to go, of course, with this mist and the fog and everything going on. If you can get it down the field, why not? Fuse, hand off to Lewis. Still on his feet, going to fight forward for a couple more yards. Good sportsmanship on both these teams tonight. You can see both teams helping each other up. Good to see.
Looks like Jackson Mazzocco made the tackle there.
And Argero in there too. Bring up third and about 4. Yeah, and I agree with the coaches up here saying watch the boot, watch the boot. I think that's a good call right now. Fuse takes the snap. He's going to hand it right off to Lewis. He's going to try to battle for that first down. He's going to come up short. Good hard run. Brought down in on the tackle was Jonathan Huff. So Johnny Football on the defense, they're going to bring up 4th down and 1 and a defense time early on here for the Little Prexies, Jay. Get decision time now.
Looks like the punt team is staying on the sidelines.
I can't say I don't blame them right now. You got 3-3-2, or 3-3-3 basically. So I say the way this offensive line has been performing, I think they can get the yard. Let's see what they do. 4th down and 1. And offensive lineman jumped. Big break there for Neshannock. Neshannock, Washington killing themselves all night long. That was Joel Rush, unfortunately. Joel Rush on the wrestling team. Boy, it's a tough break there.
He had him where he wanted, 4th and 1.
Now the punting team's going to have to come out.
Oh, that is tough.
And Neshannock's going to play it safe right now on this 4th down and 6.
I think it's a little bit too early in the game, the second half, to have a fake punt.
Well, Blanchett going to kick it. High kick into the fog. And Neshannock, a good job not just staying away from it. The ball kicks out the 33-yard line. And we have a flag come in from 20 yards away. What is the call on this?
I think it's going to be against Neshannock.
Here I was just saying good sportsmanship, but I think the good sportsmanship just got thrown out the window on that play. The referees are going to talk it over here.
Fuse got up off the ground, and he wanted to go after and have a little chat with somebody, but his teammates pulled him away.
At the end of the game, we'll have our LCAP player of the game. The Learning Tree Child Care Center, quality child care services available. As we get the call, it's a holding call on the Neshannock. Be a 10-yard penalty. Quality child care services available throughout the county for children between the ages of 6 weeks old and 5 years old. That's thanks to LCAP. We'll have our Maley Chiropractic play of the game at the end of this. At the end of this game, you can visit doctors Mitch Maley, Chris Argero, or Kelsey Bowser, voted best of the best chiropractor in Lawrence County. So Neshannock will take over 1st down and 10 for the 23-yard line. So 2 3-and-outs to start this second half, with Neshannock leading 16-7. Huff fakes the handoff, cuts back up through the middle, and he's going to fight his way for a 1st down. Hard tackle, but a 1st down. Brought down hard there by Brace Patterson. Tempers are starting to flare up a little bit. And we have a man down on the Not looking good there. I was hoping it was a stretch, but I think it might be McCracken again, but I don't want to assume anything. In a lot of pain right now, that left leg. You hate seeing injuries.
Oh, yes, especially knees.
Yeah, this looks like they're holding that left ankle area, what they're doing right now. I want to thank the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. You can stay refreshed by enjoying hot or cold water at the click of a button, or enjoy a cup of coffee with their bottom-loading water cooling option. Get 3 free bottles and first month cooler rental free when you sign up today.
What number is that, Lee? I can't tell with the fog.
He's a big boy, that's for sure. That's the 6'2", 315-pound lineman, Philip Patterson. At least he was able to get up and walk. So first down and 10 for Neshannock. And Ionelli breaks a couple tackles in the backfield. Still on his feet, fights forward for 9 yards. Matthew Ionelli, great run there.
A nice lead block by Mr. Ryan Huff, and he was off to the races for 9 yards.
Who did you say that block was?
I believe it was Huff.
That was Huff. Through that block, the Dorn concrete block, he laid the foundation. Second down and short for the Neshannock Lancers. 3 receivers go off to the right now. Washington putting 9 men in the box. Huff's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to fall forward. He's going to get the first down, though. Brought down Anthony Atkins, the 6'1" senior. And you can hear the fans screaming first down.
They moved the ball back about a yard, but they still gave him the first down.
There's some fan getting his money's worth. First down and 10 with the 45-yard line. I was glad the crowd mic's not up here. Huff gets around the corner, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Down to the 14-yard line, but it's coming back. More than likely it's coming. Yep, the referee already said it's coming back. 2 flags back at the 43-yard line. Hold, clip, whatever it might be.
He had a nice hold there, but I think it was because of the hold.
First time Johnny Huff's got free tonight.
Oh, he was free, definitely running free.
Let me make my my statement tonight for that fan who thinks he knows everything or he thinks the refs aren't doing a good job. Please go to PIAA.org, click on how to become an official, take the test, and see how you can do. Come on out. They can use officials. Brings up first down and 22 at the 33-yard line.
That's why during the regular year they had to have games on Saturday and have enough officials to do all Friday night games.
Yep, and moving games to Thursday and everything else. So here comes Ionelli. Goes into the middle for about a 4-yard gain. Up second down and 18. Yeah, we got a chuckle for Mr. Lenny Leeper up here anyways. Long-time official in Beaver County. See him doing a lot of baseball games. Quick moving third quarter. I shouldn't have said that. The winner will more than likely take on Steel Valley next Friday. And the loser of their season will be done. And the snap goes past Huff and everybody else. Ionelli, ball still loose, trying to fall on it. Ionelli finally falls on it back at the 4-yard line. A 32-yard loss, making it officially a 31-yard loss. Bring up third and Joseph's Bakery.
Looks like
wow.
Third and 50, Lee. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Oh, I think I have.
I've seen 40s, but I don't think I've ever seen a 50.
No, I think I saw 60 before.
Did you really? I never have. Of course, I haven't been broadcast as long as you have.
Yeah, Huff's going to get the inside handoff and get some room to punt anyways. Get a 5-yard gain out to the 10, but 4th and Joseph's. Maybe the Crane Room, maybe too. Maybe 4th in the Crane Room.
That sounds good.
Since we got out of the Joseph's Bakery, so we'll go 4th in the Crane Room now.
4th and 44. That's doable.
Yeah. Break out the play. DeLillo back from his goal line. Let's see if Washington goes forward or they're just going to set up the return.
I think I'd set up a return if I was them.
DeLillo gets the snap, gets it off, and there's the ball hitting about the 32-yard line somewhere over the far side. Goes out of bounds.
30.
They'll bring the ball to the left hash, so we'll see it here in a second. And we want to apologize. You can see the fog on your screen. So looking from up here in the press box, it's tough to see when the ball gets into the lights. Washington's going to get great field position from the Neshannock 38 with 3:41 to go here, third period, trailing 16-7. Winner gets more than likely Steel Valley. They're winning 27-6. No score in the Beaver Falls game. Stowe Rock's up 28-0, and Keystone Oaks first down and 10. There's a pitch. That's going to Harper. And well read. They strung it outside, but too many Lancers there. Good job by the Mays to bring the ball carrier down. That was Eddie Lewis. Good job, Jay, by the Lancers to string that ball, string it out, and Lewis nowhere to run. Got a couple, though.
Well, he got a couple, but he probably ran 30 yards to get 3. Or 2, it looks like. So it's not exactly what you want, but at least it was positive yards.
Washington, no yards passing yet tonight, and 2 interceptions. Fuse underneath center. Inside handoff. Still moving forward. Going to get that first down. A good hard run by Brendan Seibert, the 5'8", 205-pound running back.
He's limping a little bit there, Lee.
And move it back to the 27, so it might be, they're going to get the first down out of it. I think this is what you're going to get out of the Prexies right now.
He might surprise you with a pass, but I wouldn't see it too often.
Trying to keep an eye on DeAndre Doherty, the one of the linemen who's hunched over in the huddle. See how he does. Lewis gets the ball, quick burst up through the middle, but hit hard about the 23-yard line. Boy, it looked like he was going to go far, but Ionelli just annihilated him, brought him to a standstill there. Both men come up.
He gained a good 5, so that's a good gain on a first down.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get more, but Ionelli came up and met him. And up 2nd and 5, clock under 2 minutes to go here, third period. Again, Washington just going with this ground game. There's Lewis again. He's going to get the first down to the 15-yard line. Brought down there by Braden Huff. Inside the red zone are the Washington Little Prexies.
Methodically taking the ball down the field.
They voted the best of the best in Lawrence County for uniforms, supply, and silk screening. Thanks to the Red Zone for printing up those special shirts too. The Laurel Union shirts, freshly made. First time ever those two schools met, and they're off to a great battle tonight. And here we're going to get in the Shannock Ponce's Insurance timeout. We'll keep things right here. At the end of the game again, we'll have our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies or changes in weather, like we're going to be getting this weekend, they can affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pain, sinus pressure, even congestion can be alleviated by chiropractic work. Call Maley Chiropractic to schedule your appointment today and let them crack your neck, just not mine. With 1:27 to go here, third period.
Well, you're scared of that neck cracking, aren't you, Lee?
Yeah, it's not happening. It is not happening. Looking at the 1A bracket real quick at Laurel and Union, the winner of that game is going to be getting the winner of Rochester and Fort Cherry. Rochester had a lead, as you see the Crane Room out-of-town scoreboard scrolling across the the bottom of your screen. They get the winner of Rochester and Fort Cherry next Friday. On the other side of the bracket, Bishop Canevin was leading Clairton 7-0 at the half. They get the winner of Mapletown and Southside, which Southside had a 20-0 lead. So some different names in the playoffs, which I like to see. There's the Southside score and the Little score. So first down and 10 inside the red zone. Hand off to Lewis. Goes for a short gain as Mazzocco brings him down. Jackson Mazzocco's had a nice game here tonight. We've called his name an awful lot.
Now you have, looks like Lewis limping around.
Yeah, Doherty's fighting through something. Or he just likes to hunch over in the huddle. One or the other. Doherty's a big boy, too. There's the pitch to Lewis. Lewis gets the corner, but gets pushed out of bounds. Does he get the first down or not? They're going to mark him out at the 5-yard line, so it's going to be very close to the first down.
If it's on the 5, it should be a first down, Lee.
Yeah, Doherty listed 6'6", 280. And the Union Scotties lead Laurel 24-14 in the third quarter.
That is a shocker.
And I'll give you my thought here in a second. It's first and goal for the Washington Little Prexies. Lewis gets down to the 1-yard line. And my quick thought is, Mr. Dotson said that game is going to be a lot different. If Laurel gets them on grass, it's a lot different game, but since they're playing on turf, the quickness and the speed of the Scotties are going to pose problem for the Laurel Spartans, and it is right now. As the clock goes down to 20 seconds, they do not have to run a play if they do not want to, but I'm assuming they want to. With the momentum they have, second down and goal. Fuse underneath center. Going to go for it himself and get in. Does his knee touch before? No, it doesn't. It's a touchdown. 2-yard run. That's the Vaughn Fuse. Cuts it to 16-13. Again, no passing yards for Washington tonight, getting it all done on the ground. And Blanchett will come on for the Art Cunningham Funeral extra point. Comes a snap, it's up. Have to wait for the referees, it's no good. Big missed extra point there by Blanchett with the score, Neshannock 16, Washington 13. You're listening to Washington High School football here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network. When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Yeah, I want to thank Castle Asphalt. They've been in the paving and construction business for 15 years, using top-of-the-line equipment and resources to guarantee that your job is done correctly and efficiently. Innovative methods combined with years of experience. That's the Castle Asphalt. As Neshannock takes the ball to the 10-yard line, Esquibelas with a room in the middle up to the 33-yard line with 1 second to go here in the third quarter. Have ourselves a ball game, Jay, 16-13.
That last drive was 7 plays, 38 yards, capped off by a 2-yard run by DeFon Fuse.
That's your Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's cooking today. And now they're going to say that's the end of the third quarter because the clock starts on the play, so that's the end of the third quarter. So we'll take another quick break. 16-13, we'll be back for the fourth quarter. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals.
And a little trickeration, but read by Washington. As DeLillo comes around for the handoff, looked like Ionelli caught it first. It looked like an inside handoff. Ionelli and pitched to DeLillo, but Washington read it well for no gain, 2nd down and 10. And we have a block, a penalty on Washington. A hit below the knees, and it's a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down.
They have been killing themselves with penalties all night.
Wow. That was at the line of scrimmage. It's a 15-yard. That should be a 15-yard penalty, too. Why do we even have to well, I know the officials are doing their job. I better not get on the officials doing their job. You have to explain what the call is to the do you want to take it or not. But, yes, I want to take a 15-yard penalty. Thank you.
It was actually from where the play happened at the 32-yard line.
48.
It's 47, Lee.
That's the 48. 1st down and 10.
Must happen the 33-yard line then.
Interesting. Bring up 1st down and 10. Another penalty hurting the Prexies. Huff gets the sign. Inside handoff. No go. Boy, Washington's been all over that all night long, Jay.
They have been. Huff's not getting too much running room. He's only had the ball one time. We had a lot of room, and the penalty gave him the room.
Joseph Wilson getting it done. 6'3", 235. Joseph Wilson making the stop that time. Washington's got some size in the middle. I mean, McCracken's 245. So 2nd down and 9 here in the fourth quarter. Neshannock confused in the play right now. Their play clock's down to 5. They might have to call timeout here. Down to 3, 2. They're going to get it off. Huff fakes the Billick, and he's going to fall forward to about the 45-yard line. Barely getting that play off.
That was close.
Bring up 3rd and 3.
They said they usually give you about an extra second sometimes, and they got that for sure.
It's a big 3rd down here. Neshannock leading 16-13. Huff, hand off to Ionelli. He's not going to get there. Ball was bobbled a little bit. Ionelli had to make sure he had the ball. McCracken met him at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 4th down and 2. Big decision time now if you're in the Neshannock Lancer.
Definitely 4-down territory, Lee. They're not even hesitating.
And the way Washington's running the ball, I don't know. But that's why we're up here and they're down there, like you said. 4th down, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Billick in the backfield to the right. And they're going to give it to Billick, and he's going to get the 1st down and more. 35, 20, down to 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jackson Billick. 44 yards, the Neshannock touchdown. What a run by Jackson Billick. Once he got that corner about the 35-yard line, he was off to the races. Time for Art Cunningham Funeral extra point. What a big, big play on 4th and 2. And it was a penalty on the play. Neshannock will decline it. Like I said all along, they should go for it. And now the referees are going to talk about whether that flag should be assessed on the kickoff is what I'm assuming, but I'm not exactly sure. The flag was on Washington. And the official will make the announcement again. So we'll see if they assess that on the kickoff at the end of this play here. So DeVivo with the extra point attempt. Kick is up and it makes it through the uprights. With the score, Neshannock 23, Washington 13. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Yeah, welcome back to Neshannock. Jackson Billick, 5'10", 195-pound running back. And it was a 15-yard penalty on Washington, so that's going to move the kickoff the whole way to the 45-yard line. 9:19 to go here in this one. Rochester now only leading Fort Cherry 22-14. So Fort Cherry making a comeback in that one. Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary.
5 plays, 65 yards, and a 44-yard run by Jackson Billick, but also aided by the 15-yard penalty by Washington. The penalties have really hurt them. Now the second one, they got a 15 yards on the kickoff. Hopefully they can get their game together here. No penalties.
Carter DeVivo with the kick. He's going to kick it into the end zone, and Washington will take over at the 20-yard line. You're a true Western Pennsylvania man there, Jay. Just heard you say Washington. I like that. Instead of Washington, it's Washington.
I guess that's...
And they go downtown, right?
You're darn right you do.
Well, that's all right. 9:19 to go in this one. Now what? And all of a sudden, the fog just blew through. How about that?
Tell you what, it is blowing away, Lee.
The fog mysteriously just goes away, and I have a feeling that probably means rain's coming. Or it just cleared out. So Washington now 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We can actually see now. Short pass and in and out of the hands. Is it a lateral or not? And they're going to roll the lateral. So they rolled a lateral. It was in and out of the hands of Willis. But they say it was a lateral, so it's going to be 2nd down.
Lost with about 6 there, too, then, Lee.
Yep.
I see the rain still coming down. It looks like it's coming down a little bit harder. I can see it in the umbrellas in front of us.
Yeah, so, I mean, the fog just mysteriously just left. That's amazing. Just like that. It's like the Bewitched there. Twinkle the nose and the fog's gone, you know. Lewis falls forward for a couple. Bring up 3rd and long for the little Prexies, who has not had a yard passing here tonight.
It'll be 3rd and 12.
I mean, Fuse has thrown for 600 yards this year. Carlisle's thrown for 700 yards this year. They got 22 touchdown passes this year. but no yards passing here tonight.
There's been a couple nice thrown balls, but most of them have not even been a target.
And now they're going to keep the ball on the ground, and Lewis will not be way short of the first down. Bring out 4th down and 8. Interesting call there on 3rd and long.
I don't know why they're not passing the ball. I think, like I said, every time they pass it, they seem to have interception or it's a bad throw.
You know, it looks like they might go for it here in 4th and 8 from their 22.
Well, it's getting close to the time you're going to have to.
Still got 7.5 minutes to go, but they're gonna go for it.
But you're down 10 yards. Yep.
And I think Neshannock called timeout. Yeah, Ponce's insurance timeout. They were set up for the punt. They had 2 men deep, and it's like they had to run up quick.
I heard the coaches on the other side of the press box saying, timeout, timeout.
Yeah, because they weren't ready for that. That surprised everybody. When you're 7.5 minutes to go, you're down by 10, but still, Washington didn't hesitate in that situation. There's like, we're going for it.
Yeah.
We know the game's on the line, but give credit. If it not for these penalties tonight, this could be a lot closer ball game.
Yeah, like I said, to start the game with, they had the penalty, then they threw the interception, which almost went for a touchdown. And they have another drive started, another penalty. There's been 30 yards of penalties in the 4th quarter alone.
Yeah, the Neshannock jumped out the 14-0 lead. 16-7 at halftime. Now it's 23-13 with 7:22 to go. And they're acting like they're going to go for it here again on 4th down. They are. They're going to line up for it. 4th down and 8 for their own 22-yard line. Hughes just going to pitch to Lewis. It looks like a reverse, but now he has to hang on to the ball because he bobbled it, and he's going to be out of the bounds, and the Neshannock will get the Medore Bonner Law turnover. Looking like it was going to be the double reverse as Gordon was coming around for the handoff, but unfortunately Lewis never got a good grip on it. The Medore Bonner Law turnover. Community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. Medore Bonner Law. So Neshannock will take over at the 24-yard line of Washington. A chance to put the icing on the cake right here. And yeah, the rain's coming down really good now.
Yeah, we could see it. No, we couldn't see it because of the fog, but now we can.
Iannelli gets the handoff. Brought down on a nice open field tackle.
That was a beautiful tackle.
That was Reuben Gordon with the tackle.
I thought for sure Iannelli had at least 15, 20 yards when he took off. Because Huff was actually tackled after he handed the ball off. The person thought he had the ball still.
Yeah, Reuben Gordon, he's a WPIAL champ, Jay, in the long jump and the high jump. And Reuben Gordon, he's finished 16th in the high jump and 18th in the long jump in the PIAA, did Reuben Gordon. This time Iannelli breaks in. He's going to get brought down the 3-yard line for the first down. Iannelli pleasing his granddad in Florida here tonight. 1st and goal inside the red zone. Great night for granddad to be tuning in.
I hope he has electric to watch it.
Let's give him another touchdown. Why not? He's going to get a chance here.
That's
and he's going to
3.
battle into the end zone. Matthew Iannelli, his 3rd touchdown of the night. 29-13 Neshannock. This one from 3 yards out. Time for our Art Cunningham Funeral extra point. Kick is up. You can see this one that goes through with a score in Neshannock 30, Washington 13. You're listening to the high school football and watching high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Yeah, welcome back to our rainy Neshannock field here. 30-13. Costly mistakes all night long for the little Prexies. That one might have did him in. It's DeVivo with the kick. Scooted along, picked up by Prexie at the 15-yard line. Gonna get some room, one man to beat. Down the sideline, there goes Reuben Gordon. 85 yards, but a flag at the 14-yard line might take it away.
I think he might have stepped out.
The flag on the play. Trayshawn Porter pleading his case.
Like you said, Lee, penalties and mistakes have cost them all night.
And there's a block, holding block in the back.
And that wasn't even necessary.
Wow. At the 15-yard line.
He looked like he was gone. He didn't even try to make that block. Didn't have to.
So that negates the 85-yard touchdown run. But Washington still does get good field position at the 25 with 5:53 to go. Wow. So Fuse in shotgun formation now with 5 wides. Looking, has a man over the middle, and it's going to be knocked down by Braden Huff. And a late hit's going to go on Ionilli. As the helmet went flying. I believe that was Elijah Thomas. Yeah, Thomas's helmet just came flying off. And you hope Ionelli doesn't get ejected for this. I'm sure that's part of the discussion right now. See what the referee decides to call now. It's going to be half the distance. They'll get the call at the 12-yard line. There's the personal foul. And going to stay in the game. Unfortunately, Thomas is going to come out of the game because his helmet came off. So Washington will line up first down and 10 for the 12-yard line. They're inside the red zone. Thanks to the red zone for tonight's sponsorship of this broadcast. Fuse is going to try to get outside, avoids 2 men, decides to go 360 back, throws in the end zone and in and out of the hands of the Braden Huff in the end zone. And Washington still doesn't have any first downs or excuse me, any passing yards yet tonight.
That was a very crazy pass to throw. Luckily, the Prexie played defensive back instead of offensive back to help Huff drop that ball. I was right in his hands.
Okay, I want to thank the Red Zone. They're voted the best in Lawrence County for uniform supply and silk screening. That's the Red Zone. Second down and 10 for the 12-yard line. Fuse fakes the handoff. Stiff arms a man, gets into the end zone. Stiff arm Ryan Huff and gets into the end zone. 12-yard run by Devon Fuse. Don't go anywhere. 30-19. 12-yard run. With 5:34 to go, so just 35 seconds later, Washington answers. And they'll go for the conventional R. Cunningham funeral extra point. Blanchett will attempt that. Snap not the best, and the kick is blocked. The score in the Neshannock 30, Washington 19. You're listening to Washington High School football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
And welcome back to Neshannock, 30-19. Let's see if the onside kick might come in this situation.
That was 25 yards on 3 plays and 12-yard run by Fuse.
That's your Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary. Thanks to Joseph's Marketplace. And Blanchett talking to his lines. Let's see who's going to get it. Too many men on the field. They get him off, and Blanchett's just going to kick it away. And fielded by DeLillo at the 15. He's up to the 25, and he's going to be about the 29-yard line. Is that rain is coming down hard.
You see who made that tackle, Lee?
No, I did not.
I can see the man. I can't see the numbers.
Well, I hope you can see the men.
I can see the. I just can't see the numbers.
That's all right. I want to thank Castle Asphalt and Construction. They know the importance of making a good first impression, no matter how elegant your home or office may be. Matching it with poor road surfaces can make your friends and potential clients regret making the trip. You can get a free estimate at castleasphalt.com. That's castleasphalt.com. First down and 10, Neshannock. They lead 30-19, 5:28 to go. Huff is going to keep the ball himself and be brought down at the line of scrimmage, trying to break it the outside, but a good open field tackle by Xavier Willis. Or boy, calling his name a lot tonight. Xavier Willis, and a timeout taken by Washington, a Ponch's Insurance timeout. Xavier Willis, part of the track team at Washington and also the basketball team, the Little Prexies. Yeah, they made it to the state playoffs last year, so we traveled, Randy Gore and I traveled, and Chestnut Ridge is go to Bedford, take a left, come back east, and about 6 miles away from Bedford, somewhere around there, somewhere over the river and through the woods. As we walked into the gymnasium trying to make a phone call, and it's like, is there any phone service here? And the fans said, phone? What are you talking about, phone? Cell service. So we ended up making the phone calls on a wireless internet, or Wi-Fi is what we had to make a phone call on, which we were able to do. So got the game on the air, but it was funny. Like, what do you mean phone service here? Second down to 8 for the 31-yard line for Neshannock.
Worcester needs to make a stop here.
Fake the Billick. Huff tries up the middle. Again, no gain up through the middle. They've been clogging that middle all night long. This time they're not going to call the timeout. Brought down by Anthony Atkins, a 6'1 senior. So Neshannock, if they're smart, will let this play clock run down to about 5 before they snap the ball. Play clock at 32 right now. No need to snap. 3rd and 7 from their own 32-yard line as the rain is really coming down now. And they snap. Huff under pressure, still under pressure, throws, had a man, but throws it well short of the intended receiver and Braden Montgomery. Clock will stop with 4:29 to go. Washington does their job at 3, gets the 3 and out. DeVivo will have to come on the kick. And if I'm Washington, I'm bringing the house.
Just try not to hit the punter.
Or excuse me, not DeVivo. He's not the punter. DeLillo's the punter. DeVivo's the kicker. Yeah, they're going to send Reuben Gordon back deep. Be the only one back deep right now.
The last kick he got, he took it to the house. Oh, offsides.
Beyond, they had too many men on the field there. Beyond, they came on too late.
The number 4 actually beat the snap count. We'll see what they call.
That was fused. Let's see. There's confusion on both sides there. We'll see what the referees call.
Maybe offsetting.
Yeah, the only good thing about this rain tonight is a warm rain. It's not that cold rain. Of course, easy for me to say, and it is an offside call. And you can hear the Washington coaches don't like that call. Wow. So bring up 4th and about 7.
Now they're giving a penalty.
The 5-yard penalty. Still be 4th down at the 37-yard line. 4th down and 2. You know, if I'm in Neshannock, you got to let that play clock go. No need to snap. But they do anyways. Here comes, boy, barely getting the kickoff.
Another beautiful punt.
And the ball's going to hit at the 28 and take a Neshannock roll. Ball goes out of the 15-yard line. So 1st down and 10 from the Washington 15-yard line with 4:12 to go. The winner more likely will get Steel Valley. Boy, Southside all over Mapletown. Union and Laurel in a battle. 24-21 Union leads. Rochester leading Fort Cherry 20-14. Wow. So let's see what Washington has up its sleeve right now. Still no yards passing, Jay.
They're going to have to do something. You're not going to get it all back with the run.
Fuse underneath center. Being flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to take off and run. 20, 25, gets the 1st down at the 27-yard line. More importantly, the clock stops.
Until they move the chains.
Down to 4:02. Clock will roll now. And they huddle up, which is interesting. Little Prexies trail by 11. Fuse, looking, is going to tuck it and be sacked. Brought down, Mazzocco and company. Now Washington will call the Ponce's insurance timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:34 to go. Partly weather and partly coverage tonight, Jay, for the Neshannock defense right now.
Yeah, that's about all you can do.
At the end of this game, I said we'll have our Melee Chiropractic play of the game.
There's a flag. It's going to be in the bench, I believe, in Washington. Somebody's chirping over there.
Wow. We saw that last week, too.
Yeah.
During the timeout, you get a penalty. Of course, maybe they're calling it from the coaches from up here. Yeah, it's worse. It has to be a 15-yarder. I mean, the clock was stopped.
Well, the clock was actually moving, Lee.
That couldn't have been if the teams were huddled up with the timeout. Let's see what the call's going to be here. They're going to wait for the timeout to be done.
Going to be 15, looks like.
Wow. There's the unsportsmanlike. Half the distance to the goal from the goal.
I saw the ref over there, and I could see the the referee standing there, and all of a sudden he just had enough.
Union leads Laurel 30-21. Can't really see much time's left there, but like, wow. How about that? The Scotties might be upsetting the Spartans. Fuse gonna throw it deep as a man wide open, and it's complete at the 50-yard line. Forget about it. Going down the sideline, that's Reuben Gordon, 89 yards. Wow. Little Prexies don't go home yet, my friend. Wow. First completion of the night, an 89-yard touchdown pass. Cut the lead to 30-25, not a two-point conversion. Where did that come from?
Tell you what, he was wide open, and that ball was perfectly thrown.
No one within 15 yards of him.
And there was no stupid penalty that time either.
So Washington will go for two. Try to make this a one-score game. What a throw.
He hit him in stride.
Going to try to hit him again. Fakes the pass. It's going to try it, and we'll spin in to get the two-point conversion. And we have ourselves a ball game. It's 30-27. Don't go anywhere yet. 3:22 to go in this one. Neshannock leads. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
And the Washington fans on their feet on the far side, as they should be. That pass, first completion of the night. Our Joseph's Marketplace scoring summary, Jay, pretty easy.
4 plays with the 89-yard touchdown pass from Fuse to Reuben Gordon.
Gordon, the long jump and high jump champ in the WPIAL. He could have been a track champ there. And Blanchett, the short kick. Going to be fielded by Neshannock at the 22-yard line. That's Braden Huff. Cuts up through the middle and gets up to about the 32-yard line. Washington still has a timeout left. And go back a little bit, Jay, when I was saying shouldn't be snapping, they probably lost a minute.
At least a minute.
Yeah, from those times they were snapping the play clock at 25, 15 when they had the lead. So it might come back to bite them.
Well, the penalty, the half the distance to goal line penalty on that late hit didn't help matters much either.
So first down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Neshannock needs at least one first down to make it through here. Pitch to DeLillo. Wrapped up, out of bounds.
No.
They're going to throw a flag. Terrible call. I don't usually say that often.
Well, the thing was, he did not have to throw him down. Unfortunately, I have to sort of agree with that call because he had him and he took him by the shirt and tossed him to the ground.
In my opinion, that was not a good call, but I'm up here, and if you can sort of hear the coaches down below, I don't know if our mics are picking that up or not, but they're not a happy bunch. There's no need for it either. And I'm sure WJPA radio is catching all of it right now because it's a first down and 10. Now here, play clock's at 24. There's no need to snap right now. There you go. Now they're going to take their time with first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Huff looks at the play clock. Play clock down to 12. Boy, what a big, big call. Iannelli will get about 4 yards through the middle. Bring up second down. Wow.
Penalties have killed them all night. Now it's probably the worst one of the night. Probably.
I personally didn't think it was that hard of a takedown.
If he would have been on the sidelines, he was out of bounds when he threw him.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why the flag, but that's a tough call. And a penalty, a 5-yard penalty on the Neshannock. Trying to survive. The winner's going to take on Steel Valley next week.
I'll stop the clock.
The clock's going to go again, though, because of the because it was a running play at the last play.
I thought it was a penalty.
That's in the NFL.
Okay.
They're going to start the clock, and there's no need to snap again. 25 seconds. There you go. Coach Mazzocco holding up the hand. Good job. That's a very good job right there. Just let the play clock go. Down to 10, the clock down to 1:48. Neshannock clinging to a 3-point lead. DeLillo coming in motion. Huff's going to keep it. He's going to find his way through the middle. 30, 20, down to the 13-yard line. Johnny Huff.
There's that speed, Lee.
45 yards. That should do it. Actually, 47 yards officially. That should be the icing on the cake right there.
You could probably just kneel on it. You can only stop the ball stop the clock one time.
Boy, Washington's going to be kicking themselves tonight. And Washington's going to call their last timeout. Their last Ponce's insurance timeout. Now you can just take the knee with 1:15 to go. It looks like the Neshannock Lancers somehow, some way are going to be moving on to the semifinals in 2A football. Again, at the end of this game, we'll have our LCAP player of the game and our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. And hopefully our cameraman will get out and take the pictures, but probably not because it's pouring down rain. So we'll have Mr. Dotson. Well, actually, we'll have our man, Mr. Vidge here, since he works in the Neshannock School District. We'll have him give the shirts to him. Yeah. But we'll have those awards at the end of the game. And our Tri-County Principal post-game show. So now you just kneel on the ball with 1:15 to go. No need to do anything, but Huff's in shotgun right now. Wow.
Might be going to run around a little bit.
They're going to hand it off to Iannelli. He's going to run forward. Said he wasn't tackled, but they're going to say the knee came down. And I don't know what the coaches are screaming about.
Huff and another person from the Prexies were locked up and throwing each other around a little bit. No punches, just a little extracurricular.
Clock down to 50 seconds. One more snap. Let the clock at under 40 seconds. Now you snap it. Now you kneel on it. The victory formation, sort of. Kneel, and that's going to do it. Wow. Neshannock is going to escape. And I don't know if I'd want to read the Washington newspapers tomorrow. A hard-fought game. But then the Neshannock Lancers are going to move on to the WPIAL semifinals. As the clock winds down to 5. And that's going to do it. Final score, Neshannock 30, Washington 27. We'll be back for our Tri-County Principals postgame show after this. You're listening and watching the high school football here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the TribLive High School Sports Network.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
And welcome back to our Tri-County Principals postgame show. Final score, Neshannock 30, Washington 27. Take a deep breath, my friend. We're moving on to, we're guaranteed 2 teams in Lawrence County in the semifinals, and we'll have 2 games on the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP next week somewhere around the WPIAL. But you got a feel for the Washington Little Prexies, Jay. What a game.
I'll tell you what, they played a good game, but the penalties come back to bite them, especially that last one, because it was 2nd down and 5, and they get the 15-yard penalty for throwing a guy out of bounds, which I don't know. I thought was a one call. You thought different. It should have never happened.
No.
He had the guy out of bounds. You at least leave him go.
And then Johnny Huff makes the run, and then that puts the icing on the cake. So, talk about this Washington Little Prexies. Just the mistakes just killed them all night long. But what a gutsy effort, though. I mean, they could have folded it up after they fell behind 30-13. But boy, they battled back, scored a couple late touchdowns, and made this a game.
I'll tell you what was it. They did play a good game, and they came back. I don't think Neshannock really sat on it. They just ran their plays, but the Prexies defense jumped up, stepped up, and made some key plays. Got the ball back, got the touchdown on that 89-yard touchdown pass, and they thought they was going to get it again and get a chance to get the ball. But like you said, the penalties killed them.
Our Joseph's Marketplace scoring recap. Neshannock took a 7-0 lead, 6:47 to go in the first period, a 2-yard run by Matthew Iannelli, and then a second touchdown run, a 5-yard run by Iannelli with 2:04 left in the first period. And that made it 14-0 at the end of the first period. And that made a lot of happy people in Florida, especially Mr. Grant Jenner, his grandfather, listening in Washington, Florida. But a 2-yard run by Eddie Lewis from Washington made it 14-7. But then the safety, the big play of this game, also made it 16-7 with 3 at the half. Devon Fuse would make it a 2-yard run would cut the lead to 16-13. They missed the extra point with 7 seconds to go in the third period, and then we had a wild fourth period, 9:19 to go in the fourth quarter. A 44-yard run by Jackson Billick, and then a 3-yard run by Iannelli after the turnover made it 30-13. You would think the game would be done, but then they answered this 26 seconds left after that big kickoff return that got called back a little bit. It was an 85-yard touchdown run, kickoff return, but it got called back to the 25-yard line of Neshannock, so they got the first down there, the 12-yard run by Fuse, and then the 89-yard completion to Gordon with 3:22 to go, make it a ball game, but they just had no answers left at the end of that one. So your final score, 30-27. Time for our LCAP and LCAP Player of the Game. Jay, we gonna make Granddad happy again?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the performance of Matthew Ionelli.
Well, like I said, Matt Ionelli has a lot of brute strength, and he usually makes the quick run to 5 to 6 yarders, but he broke off 3 nice long runs, and then when it was down the pay dirt, he went in for the end zone for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so 3 touchdowns. Congratulations to Lawrence County Community Action Partnership's proud to present the Player of the Game award to Matthew Ionelli and the Neshannock Lancers, LCAP, and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Matt for tonight's Player of the Game. He will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's Player of the Game. To view the full list of this year's Player of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations to Matt Ionelli for being named tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, changing lives. And now for our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Broke the game open. A 44-yard run by Jackson Billick.
I'll tell you what, he broke through the center, and he just kept on going. I was really surprised because they were bottling up. They kept bottling up Huff, and he broke loose for that run, and it really changed the game a little bit. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play the Game Award to Jackson Billick of the Neshannock Lancers. Maley Chiropractic and Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Jackson Billick for tonight's Play the Game. Jackson will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of today's night's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on a TribLive High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Jackson Billick for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
So the final score once again here from Neshannock. Washington loses, gets defeated. Neshannock 30, Washington 27. We'll be back next week somewhere in the Western Pennsylvania area for the Neshannock Lancers, more likely taking on the Steel Valley Ironmen. And then right in the Union, latest score we had was Union was up on Laurel. So we'll have both those games here in the Lawrence County Sports Network. For my partner, Jay Moan, my name's Lee Moan. I want to thank all our sponsors tonight: Maley Chiropractic, Luxembourg Garbutt, Kelly and George, The Red Zone, Art Cunningham Funeral Home, the Medore Bonner Law, Ponch's Insurance, Crane Room Grill, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Joseph's Marketplace, Doran Concrete, Castle Asphalt, Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, DNR Lawn Care, the Hatch Early Learning Center, the Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, the Tri-County Principals Association, Something for Your Wall Photography, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. One more time, the Neshannock defeats the Washington Little Prexies 30-27 for Aaron the Great Vidge, my brother Jay Moan, and for everybody here in the Neshannock High School, my name's Lee Moan. Have a great night, everybody.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence